So welcome back, guys, to another video, and this is going to be a discussion video I want to have with you guys because a couple of days ago there was some news that sprouted up with Nintendo. Supposedly Nintendo has a patent of a new console concept, and the weird thing about it is it has no optical disc drive. And I'm pretty sure you guys can go on various YouTube channels and there's a lot of people talking about conspiracies saying, is this going to be the new NX? Why is there no disc drive? Is it going to be all digital? Are they going to come up with some new format? Is this going to be like, you know, the Fusion console they've talked about, where you can have a game on the go and put it in your console, blah blah blah. I digress. This is not what this video is about, and you guys can check that out elsewhere. What I'm talking about is something a little bit more about the hobby, more a hobby-based discussion with you guys, because I saw this. And, you know, this has been an elephant in the room for the last couple of years, and that is games going all digital. So I wanted to ask you guys, if games went all digital, would you still be in the hobby? Would you still play video games, or would you retire and just stick to retro? Now, I'll say this. Personally, the kind of person I am, I'm a very physical kind of guy. But no, really, I love physical media. I love, you know, having a shelf full of cartridges and CDs, and I love having, you know, VHSs or DVDs or Blu-rays or Laserdisc, vinyl. You know, I love that stuff. That stuff is tangible. It feels like I have it, you know. So, you know, with that being said, a couple of years ago, when I actually started getting very serious with my game collecting, I had to make the choice. I'm like, you know what? I have very limited space. What am I going to do? So I decided that I was just going to collect video games. I haven't bought a CD in many years. I don't own any Blu-rays. I still have a couple of DVDs, but I haven't bought any new DVDs in a while either. I mean, it's just everything I have now is video games. So I kind of wanted to talk about the pros and cons of digital media. There are some pros to it, and one of the things that I want to talk about is, with it being physical media, it won't last forever. You know, cartridges, you know, they have something called bit rot. You know, the cartridges start to kind of deteriorate after a while. CDs actually start to lose memory after a couple of years, and you know, even your consoles have movable parts that no longer work. Like the other day, I went to go play my GameCube, and, you know, nothing's happened to my GameCube, but when I tried to turn it on, the disc was no longer spinning. The lens had went out. So now I have to go and get a new GameCube, and I've had that thing since 2001. I've had it for like 14 years, and I've treated it in great condition, but for some reason it kicked the bucket. So with that being said, it really made me think, you know, I was like, well, you know, if things go digital, at least I don't have to worry per se about something happening to it. And the reason I say per se is because, you know, I think a lot of us had our eyes open when they launched the Xbox One, when they first talked about it, that E3, and they talked about DRM, and, you know, that really made some people realize that digital could be also a bad thing. There's some cons to it, in the sense that you don't actually own the game. You actually don't own it, you know. And if something was to happen to the cloud, you know, or something was happening to the company, all the money you invested would be gone. You wouldn't have the game anymore. It just poof, it wouldn't exist. It'd be like, you know, the PT demo on PS4. Once Konami pulled the plug, they pulled it from the market. If something happens to your PS4, you can't re-download the PT demo. You can no longer play it. So, I mean, that's something you definitely have to think about. Now, another pro with digital, and I'm really hoping that, you know, if they do go digital, I'm hoping they do take this route, and that is more affordable games. I mean, man, I cannot explain, and you guys know it if you guys have Steam. The Steam sales, they're just practically giving games away. A friend of mine, he's got so many games on Steam, he doesn't even know where to start. And, you know, he'll be like, yeah, I bought Skyrim for like $7. So with that being said, I'm hoping if these consoles do go all digital in the future, I'm hoping that they decide, hey, we can't charge $60 for a game you can't actually hold, that's not tangibly yours. at the most 20 bucks, you know, and even then I'm just kind of like, man, that's a lot of money for a digital download, because like the Resident Evil HD remaster on the PS4 and Xbox One, great game. It's 20 bucks though, and I'm like, man, that's too much money for me, because I mean, it's pretty much just a port of the GameCube version with higher frame rate and a new coat of paint. That's all it is. It's nothing new. It's just Resident Evil. I don't want to pay $20 for it. I already have it, you know. So that's something I definitely have been really pondering on since, actually probably since my GameCube kicked the bucket. That really put things in perspective. I really started thinking about that. It's really interesting. But what are some of your thoughts about this, guys? If gaming goes all digital, will you stop playing video games, or will you just kind of have to deal with it? Me personally, I say I love, you know, physical media. I love being able to have it in my hands. And I'll be honest with you guys. If consoles go all digital, I will bitch and I will complain about it. I will be pissed about it. I will probably even make a rant video about it. But at the end of the day, I love video games. So my rage would probably be very, very temperamental, and I would probably just be like, all right, I want to play, you know, this brand new game. I'll suck it up and go ahead and play it. So keep this as a record. If you guys see a rant video coming in a couple of years or a couple of months, who knows, the way gaming changes, and I'm just like, oh, motherfucker, you can be like, dude, you need to calm down. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think with a comment below. You can even make a response video and share it on the Excess Gaming Podcast group page. I would love to hear your thoughts on this subject, because this is the future of gaming, like it or not. Digital is the future. And with that being said, I'd like to say, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming. Can't get enough of Excess Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out the audio podcast on Podomatic.com, or you can also subscribe to us on iTunes. Also, if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you'd like to share, be sure to check out the Excess Gaming Podcast Facebook group page and join our community. All the links are below, and as always, guys, thank you so much for all your support.